All right, welcome to the show. For those of you that have seen Defend the Faith or Shut Up, you should remember that there was a section entitled There's Something About Mary. This video is entitled The Black Version. This is going to be an abridged version of an official project that's going to be entitled The History of the Black Version, and it's going to be published under Rebel Alliance Media. The Black Version has nothing to do with the Judeo-Christian goddess Mary. The Black Version is an appellation that has always been attributed to the Egyptian goddess Isis. In the encyclopedia known as In World Mythology Goddesses, on page 156, it has an entry that's called Black Version. Here is what the entry says about the Black Version. In Roman times, the worship of Isis was widespread throughout Europe. With the advent of Christianity, many of the chapels of Isis became Christian churches, and the representations of Isis holding Horus began to be called the Virgin Mary carrying Jesus. Because Isis was dark-skinned, these representations became known as Black Versions. I'm going to read that part again. Because Isis was dark-skinned, these representations became known as Black Versions. They have been discovered on most continents: Europe, France, Germany, Italy, Poland, Spain, and Switzerland, the Americas, Mexico, Central America, and South America, Africa, and Asia, and the Pacific. So the Egyptian goddess Isis has been discovered, or the Black Version has been discovered in all these different countries. And the Black Version was not Isis, it was Mary. This concept is not hard to understand. Okay? But you have Christians who refuse to accept this concept, who refuse to accept that that this Egyptian goddess Isis was worshipped in Europe, that she was worshipped in Poland. I have a picture of John Paul II worshiping the Black Version, and you have misinformed Christians who believe that the Black Version is Mary and Christ, when it's not Mary and Christ, it's Isis and Horus. The Black Version, or the Black Madonna, is Isis. I'm going to read it again for you guys, because I understand, some of you guys have comprehension complexes, and therefore you do not understand. In Roman times, the worship of Isis was widespread throughout Europe. With the advent of Christianity, many of the chapels of Isis became Christian churches, and the representations of Isis holding Horus began to be called the Virgin Mary, carrying Jesus. Because Isis was dark-skinned, these representations became known as Black Versions. That's it. That's it on this whole topic. You have nothing else to say. Anything else that you have to say is pure biasness, and it's pure self-denial. And this goes to anybody. I don't care what your theology system is. I don't care if you are Roman Catholic, Greek Orthodox, Protestant, Jewish, Islamic, I don't care. Because Isis was dark-skinned, these representations became known as Black Versions. And this is not hard to understand. You got individuals pretending that they are informed on Christian history and biblical history, and they know nothing. Know nothing. You have individuals that sit down and watch the Google video, Defend the Faith or Shut Up, and completely ignore the section on There's Something About Mary. Completely ignore that section because it does not support that individual's Christian views. And this same individual has no problem, audience, no problem adhering, respecting, and paying homage to the section called the Apocrypha. Why? Because this same person likes to challenge the Black Hebrew Israelites and likes to critique their theology system and their dogmas. So this individual had no problem with that section. Actually used that section as one of his videos, but completely ignored the section on there's something about Mary. Why? Because that section confirms and verifies that Christian theology has its roots in pagan theology. And if that individual acknowledges and accepts that portion of the video, then that person would have to become apostatized. He would have to become an apostate and become apostatized and abandon his Christian faith. But to get back to the point, viewers, the Black Madonna, or the Black version, which can be found in areas like such as France, Poland, Italy, Spain, Germany, Switzerland. It's ISIS. It's not Mary. Okay. If anyone that knows anything about Christianity, Christian history, you know that Christianity stole themes and messages from pagan theology. One of those themes happens to be the Great Mother Goddess concept. That's a theme that is prominent in so-called pagan theology. The Great Mother Goddess. She can be found in ancient Greece under the name of Aphrodite. She can be found in ancient Egypt under the name of Isis. She can be found in ancient Babylon as Ishtar, Samaria as Inanna, Canaan as Anan. I mean, sit down and do your research, man. Nevertheless, this is an abridged version. If you are not edified or you so caught in the matrix, don't worry, this is going to be an official project of the Federation of Logic and Reason, published under Rebel Alliance Media, which is going to be entitled The History of the Black Version, which is going to go into